Good day, my name is Kyle Harrell and today we will be setting up dynamic host configuration protocol on the domain. First thing we'll do is go and start server manager. Then we go to roles, go to add roles, press next, select DHCP server, press next again. We leave that checked, press next. Here we validate the DNS server IP address. Press validate, is valid, press next. We leave that as the default, press next. Here is a set up the scopes, but we won't set up any scopes at this time, so we press next. We leave it as enable DHCP version stateless mode for the server, press next. We validate the DNS server version 6. Once it's valid, we press next. We use the current credentials, press next and install. When the installation is completed, we'll close. And now that the DHCP server has been installed, we will go to configure it. To do that, we will go and start, administrative tools, and DHCP. Here now we will click the snap-in for the domain name. Then on IP version 4, we will add a scope. To add a scope, you right click on IP version 4 and click new scope. When the wizard comes up, press next. Give it a scope name. I'll name it domain clients. And press next. Here we will have to give an IP range, which is a set of IPs that the DHCP server will be using when it's giving out IPs to the clients. So the starting IP address will be 192.168.0.1 and the end IP will be 192.168.0.100. So the DHCP server will be giving out 100 IP addresses. Press next. Here now we set the exclusions, which are IP addresses that the DHCP server would not give out. So we will set it to not give out from 1 to 5, and then add, and you press next. Here now they'll be asking for the least duration. This is for how long the IP address would last. So I will set it as 1 minute. So every minute the IP address should change. Then press next. Press next again. Here now they will ask for the default gateway, which is the server IP address, which is 192.168.0.1. Add that. Press next. Now they will be asking for the domain name and DNS servers. The parent domain will be kkph.com, that's the domain name, and the server name you can type the same, kkph.com. When I press resolve, IP address would show up by default. Add that, press next. Here we type the domain name again, press resolve, and the IP address will come up by default again. Add that and press next again, and then finish. Now here we have added a scope and it's currently active. So if we was to go on the client machine now and obtain an IP address, we should get one automatically. Now we will go on the Windows XP machine and configure it so that it obtains an IP address automatically. So we will go right click on local area connection, go to properties, Internet Protocol, Properties, press obtain an IP address and obtain the DNS server automatically. Press OK, close. Then you type ipconfig /renew to get a new IP address. And as you can see, we got a new IP address 192.168.0.6. It starts at 6 because 1 to 5 has been excluded from the list, so it goes from 6 to 100. So now on the server, in the scope, we're going to make a reservation. So we right click on reservation, new reservation, and we name it, give the reservation a name, Windows XP, and we're going to give this computer an IP address of 20. Now we have to go and get the MAC address of this computer. So you type ipconfig /all, and here where you have the physical address, we use as the MAC address 08-00-27-80-4B-71. You that as boot and press add and close. So now this Windows XP machine would have an IP address of 192.168.0.20 and it would never change. So now we'll go here, type ipconfig /release, and type ipconfig /renew. And as you can see, it has changed from 192.168.0.6 to 192.168.0.20 as we have set it on the domain. And that is how you set up a DHCP on a domain. Thanks for watching.